This is not a drill. Soma Saito has announced the release of his new EP, Nuance, and I'm already really going crazy about it because I was expecting this, but I was not expecting the announcement to come this early, which is a good sign. An early announcement means good marketing. Soma Saito is back, or at least he's going to be back in November, on November 5th, with his new EP, Nuance. And as someone who loves his EPs and loves a good storytelling-driven CD, what is going on and what can be Nuance is something that really excites me. So let's talk about that a little bit, as well as the other news that Soma Saito is going to join Sir Vanity on stage next year for a joint live show, which is another crazy thing I was never ever going to expect, and yet it was announced. So welcome to this really quick feature. I feel that this is going to be more a breaking news style of feature, but Soma Saito has announced his new EP. We are talking about his fourth EP, Nuance, and we are really going to get something storytelling driven this time around, instead of what we got with Fictions, which was awesome, but not as memorable as the previous EPs were, or even In Bloom was. So I'm really excited about what we can get here. I'm already predicting stuff based on the visuals only, but then again, Soma Saito can really make you feel safe about your predictions, and then he can really twist that thing completely around. For example, In Bloom, he actually looked really ethereal and really soft visually, and that album is a wrecking ball ready to trash your life and your feelings and everything else in between. So yeah, so don't be fooled by the really cutesy sort of soft look that he has in the promotional photo. I'm going to show that here on the screen, because that may not indicate anything. As we all know, Soma Saito usually doesn't match the looks with the CDs unless it is something extremely conceptual, and that is the vibe that it is going with for that CD. Seeing as this is the promotional photo for that CD, maybe that's the vibe, but then again, we looked at the photos for My Beautiful Valentine, we looked at the photos for In Bloom, we looked at the photos for My Blue Vacation, and you couldn't really tell what was going to be the vibe there. Maybe My Beautiful Valentine, you could get some sort of idea that something was slightly weird about it, and the CD was really slightly weird because it was about surrealism. When you got Yin Yang, it was really explicit what you got in that duality of light and darkness. It was really well explored within the CD. Are we going to get that in Nuance? Because we are talking about nuances, little details, little things that make one thing not look or not be as it looks. Because things may not be exactly as you think. There are slightly nuances to an approach, slightly nuances to talking or approaching a theme, or even slightly nuances in the way he sings or the way he composes music. So I'm quite curious to see how he's going to bring that concept of nuance, because let's assume right now, because we don't have any type of information beyond that, let's assume that nuance is the concept, and we are talking about little details that change one thing completely, that can make it go from good to excellent, go from emotional to heartbreaking, go from smooth to really intense, or go from romantic to downright sexy. So there are little nuances that really influence how a song progresses, how the lyrics go. I am predicting, of course, tons of sci-fi influences coming here, literature mentions as well. He always brings those, so I'm really looking forward to those being in this release, and I honestly cannot wait what we can have that in Nuance. There's potential for a lot of quality in there, and hopefully Soma Saito delivers, because it's been a while. The expectations are extremely high when it comes to his EPs. No kidding, you and I will be thinking he needs to top Yin Yang, and that's really hard. Yin Yang didn't even top My Beautiful Valentine, so you can already tell it's really hard to actually match that quality. So we are going, of course, all fans are going to wait for something to be announced in terms of this is the leading track, this is the leading single that is going to drop. Perhaps if he's going to do a pre-release song and that song may drop in September. I'm hoping for that, and I believe that may happen because he wants people to get excited about the release, and I feel that if Sakura Music is actually going to boost that marketing and make the best out of it to bring more people into the CD and make more people more excited about the EP, the idea would be to make a pre-release single to drop, I would say, later September, early October, to get people excited about the CD and actually to show a little bit or a glimpse of what people can expect in the CD. What am I expecting here? I'm expecting 6 songs, with the 7th one being a hidden track as usual. That's the twist in the CD. Usually only the people that get the physical version of the CD get the last track, the ending to the story. That's the epilogue, really. So I'm kind of hoping that happens. I'm hoping as well for more consistency across music genres. I know that Soma Saito was playing around with a lot of music genres in fictions. I'm hoping that he brings a lot of emo rock and indie rock as well as shoegaze back into the mix. Perhaps a little bit of jazz to play around, or something a bit more ethereal in the likes of Zakuro would be awesome. That's crazy. Or even a ballad in the style of Ame no Niwa. I believe that style, he really nails it, and it could be something that is beneficial within a CD that has a really strong story-driven focus. And if he wants to actually wreck our emotions completely, that's a good way to do it. Although he usually is not that open or not that obvious about the way that he's going to wreck your feelings or play around with them, I would love to have something like that happening in the CD. Of course, these are of my expectations or dreams, or let's say hopes for this EP, but seeing as Nuance is a title that leaves a lot to be talked about, because nuances are little details. Each piece of the CDs or each song, is it going to be a slight nuance on what Soma Saito is as a solo artist, or are we going to get a different concept and we again are the stars of the story and we are experiencing slight nuances in our lives or in the storytelling? I don't know what is going to be the story this time around. I hope it is a story-driven EP. Otherwise, Soma Saito is going to catch everyone by surprise, and maybe some people will start dropping off of his music, because that would be 2 CDs in a row in which there is no concept or storytelling-driven concept. I don't know, and I hope that's not the case, but still, I'm a big Soma Saito fan, so I will listen to basically anything that he drops, although I will have my reservations if the songs are good or not, in my opinion, of course. But I'm really excited about Nuance. I hope that you guys are excited about it. This is a really quick take on what the CD can be. I don't know. I would love to know from you in the comments, what do you expect from this CD? Are you going for a really heart-wrenching EP this time around? Is this soft look going to be the soft approach to this EP and we are going to get something more romantic? Like Nuances in Love, for example? Little acts of service, let's say, as a concept could be a thing, but I don't even know how to express that in musical format. But then again, My Beautiful Valentine was about surrealism, and I would never in my life know how to express surrealism in the context of music unless I would make the music really crazy. So I'm really expecting something unique from him, but I don't know what to expect. I would love to know your take on that. So leave those expectations, those predictions in the comments. I want to geek about these release, Soma Saito's Nuance, with you. At the same time, Soma Saito announced that next year is going to hold a joint live show with Sir Vanity, and this couldn't be even better. Because, as we all know, one of Soma Saito's biggest friends, and I would say best friend in the industry, is Yoshiki Nakajima. They are really close to each other. They have been since the start. Soma Saito basically invites Yoshiki Nakajima all the time to his house. Yoshiki Nakajima complains about it all the time, but he's kind of a tsundere, so we all know that his complaining is all bark, no bite. They are really close friends, and to see that they are teaming up for a live show, and even with Yuichiro Umehara, who is also really close to Soma Saito because of the time they have been working together as part of Solids, and even outside of that, because they are really similar in their vibe, really smart people as well. You can tell by the way that they speak that they are really cultured and really literate, and that's something that will work really well. I'm aiming and I'm hoping for Soma Saito to play with Sir Vanity on stage, play alongside them for Hero. That would be awesome. 3 guitars at the same time, crazy. And I would love to see Sir Vanity jumping in to play with Soma Saito for Hayano and for Uzumibi. That would be mind-blowing to have 3 guitars playing, especially Hayano, which is a frenetic, crazy, and dissonant song that would work so well with those 3 guitars at the same time. Knowing that Yoshiki Nakajima is a soloist when it comes to playing guitar, and Yuichi Umehara is usually a rhythm guitarist, and Soma Saito is also a rhythm guitarist, now with some solo duties in his solo work, so it can be really awesome to have Soma Saito leading the way with his solo guitar, and then bringing in Yoshiki Nakajima and Yuichiro Umehara to play along. And imagine Soma Saito's music with Kuwabara in the bass line, alongside Saito's bassist, who is already quite amazing. So there's a possibility for tons of awesome things to happen on that live show, and I really cannot wait to see what can happen there. That live show is going to be next year. It is going to be held in March, which is usually when Sir Vanity holds their live shows. It's going to be quite interesting to see that this is the very first time that Soma Saito collaborates as a solo artist with another seiyuu-led group or with another seiyuu on a live show, because Soma Saito has collaborated in the past with Yu Mochida, but that was for a song and many other people were in that song. It was not exclusively a Soma Saito and Yu Mochida song. This time around we are going to get a live show with Sir Vanity and Soma Saito, which leads me to think, are we going to get a joint single by the two? Because having a Sir Vanity featuring Soma Saito single would be crazy. Either to have Soma Saito on the vocals, or having Soma Saito writing the lyrics for their song, or having the inverse, having a Soma Saito featuring Sir Vanity, and it is Saito singing and Sir Vanity playing in the background as his support band, as well as having the 2 vocals singing alongside him, and we get 3 vocals leading the way. That would be crazy. So there are many possibilities here. We may be getting Nuance this year on November 5th, but we also are getting probably another song early next year, because they will collaborate in some capacity. Saito has said that he wants to collaborate with other artists, and especially with friends in the industry, especially that they are with solo careers or with their own bands, and they would like to collaborate. I'm still waiting for that collaboration with Makoto Furukawa, but that's another conversation. Good to see that Makoto Furukawa is going to release a single in the same month as Soma Saito. It's usually a good sign. Whenever the two are together, it's a good sign for fans of both seiyuu artists. But yeah, I'm quite excited about what these can be. We have Nuance in November, we have the live show in March, in which Soma Saito is also going to team up with Sir Vanity, and it has the potential to be crazy good. If we think they are teaming up, I'm expecting Soma Saito's live show to actually be more rock focused than dance music focused. We are going to get tons of songs like Palette, we are going to get Uzumibi there, probably going to get something a bit softer like Parhelion. We may be getting Carpool. That has potential to be a really nice, neat live show and really cohesive from start to finish, which is something that the previous live show, the one held in Osaka last year, was not cohesive at all. So we may have more cohesion next year, but we still need to wait for something, because we don't know if they are going to collaborate, if it is just a joint live in which Saito comes to play one of the songs with Sir Vanity on the guitar or helping with the vocals, or if Sir Vanity actually pitch in and play with Soma Saito for Hayano, for example, or for Carpool, or for Hammer Girl. Hammer Girl would be crazy with them, as well as Hayano. Honestly, those 2 songs would work pretty well with both. So I'm quite excited to see what can be here, what can happen. This is extremely exciting for me, so I hope you guys are excited as I am. I'm speaking so fast, and this was recorded in the same day that Soma Saito announced the release of Nuance, which is crazy. As soon as I saw the news, I had to record something, and I have yet to wrap up the Dear Vocalist episode that I'm editing right now. So yeah, I'm quite excited about these, and I hope you guys are excited as well. So thank you very much for watching this episode. I would love for you to share with me your predictions about what are we going to get probably with Nuance. What do you want to see Soma Saito trying next? Because Fictions was a good album, not a flawless one, but it was a good one, filled with good ideas, some less good ideas in there as well, but at the same time we had that with My Blue Vacation, so it was the same vibe of this is sort of a hiccup, so the next one is going to be mind-blowing. And what happened after My Blue Vacation was a mind-blowing CD, so what can happen as after Fictions? is a mind-blowing CD. And I'm hoping for that to happen in Nuance, which drops on November 5th, 2025. And it has the potential to be the album of the year. I'm already calling it. I'm so excited about that, as you can see. And also, we have the live show, the joint live show with Sir Vanity by the start of next year. And there is a potential to have another new song dropping at that time, or to have a collab on stage with Sir Vanity playing some songs with Soma Saito, and Soma Saito playing some songs with Sir Vanity. There's a lot to be explored here, and I cannot wait to discover that with you. So thank you very much for watching this episode about my excitement for Soma Saito's CD, the new EP, the 4th EP, Nuance, dropping on November 5th. Thank you very much for watching this episode, and I'll see you guys in the next one.